It is, without question, the most famous and sought-after lost object in human history. More than just a relic, it's a symbol of ultimate power, a testament to an ancient covenant, and a direct link to the divine. For millennia, its legend has captivated believers, scholars, and adventurers alike, fueling a search that transcends mere archaeology and enters the realm of profound faith and obsession. What makes this single object so enduringly potent? According to the Book of Exodus, it was a chest meticulously crafted from acacia wood and overlaid with the purest gold. But its value wasn't in its materials. It was built to house the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, the very words of God inscribed by Moses. Later accounts suggest it also held a golden pot of manna and the budding rod of Aaron. It was considered the earthly footstool for God's presence, the literal throne of the Almighty on earth. The Old Testament chronicles its terrifying power. It leveled the walls of Jericho, parted the Jordan River, and was so sacred, so dangerous, that it struck down a man named Uzzah for simply trying to steady it. This was not a passive artifact. It was a weapon, a communication device, and a vessel of unimaginable energy. For centuries, it resided in the heart of Jerusalem, within the Holy of Holies in Solomon's temple. But in 587 BCE, the Babylonian army, led by Nebuchadnezzar, sacked the city and destroyed the temple. In that cataclysm of fire and conquest, the Ark of the Covenant vanished from history. When the smoke cleared, a detailed inventory was made of the treasures looted and taken to Babylon. The golden pillars, the bronze sea, the temple vessels, all were listed. But the Ark was not among them. It wasn't listed among the spoils of war. And when the second temple was built, the Holy of Holies stood empty. For over 2,500 years, the world has asked, where did it go? Was it destroyed, hidden, or spirited away to safety? The silence in the historical record has given rise to incredible theories. Some claim it lies buried beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, guarded by ancient secrets. Others insist it was taken to Ethiopia, where it is protected by a solitary monk to this day. Still others point to a cryptic passage from the prophet Jeremiah, suggesting it was hidden in a cave near Mount Nebo. Today we're examining the top 4 locations where the Ark of the Covenant might be hiding, right now. According to the Book of Exodus, the Ark was built by Bezalel under Moses' direction. It wasn't just a box, it was a ritual object of immense power. The Israelites carried it into battle like a divine weapon. It stayed in the tabernacle for centuries until King Solomon built the first temple, placing it in the Holy of Holies, a room so sacred only the high priest could enter, and only once a year. But then, the historical record goes silent. When the Babylonians burned the temple, the Ark wasn't mentioned. Did it burn? Was it melted down? Or was it moved before the invaders arrived? Many Jewish scholars believe the Ark never left Jerusalem. Ancient traditions suggest that King Josiah, foreseeing the Babylonian invasion, hid the Ark in a secret labyrinth of tunnels carved deep into the bedrock of Mount Moriah, directly beneath the Temple Mount. The clue. In 1981, several prominent rabbis conducted a secret excavation in these tunnels. They claim to have gotten within feet of a chamber containing the Ark before the Israeli government shut them down due to political and religious tensions. To this day, the Temple Mount is one of the most sensitive spots on Earth. If the Ark is there, digging for it could literally start a war. The most famous claim comes from Ethiopia. According to the Kebra Nagast, the Queen of Sheba had a son with King Solomon named Menelik the Fair. When Menelik grew up, he supposedly brought the real Ark to Ethiopia for safekeeping. The mystery. Today, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church claims the Ark sits inside a small chapel in Axum. It is guarded by a single monk who is never allowed to leave the compound and is the only person permitted to see it. While many archaeologists are skeptical, The devotion of millions of Ethiopians makes this the most enduring living legend of the Ark's location. A third compelling theory shifts our focus from Jerusalem to the rugged landscapes of modern-day Jordan, drawing from the ancient text of Set Maccabees. This account offers a dramatic narrative of preservation in the face of impending disaster. It says the prophet Jeremiah, receiving a divine warning of the Babylonian invasion and the coming destruction of Solomon's temple, took decisive action. He is said to have secretly transported the Ark of the Covenant, along with the sacred tabernacle and the altar of incense, to Mount Nebo, the very mountain from which Moses viewed the Promised Land before he died. There, he supposedly sealed them within a cave, declaring to his followers that the location would remain unknown until God gathers his people together again and shows his mercy. This prophecy essentially places a divine lock on the Ark's location, tying its rediscovery to a future messianic event. This tradition has inspired countless searches. In the 20th century, amateur archaeologists like Ron Wyatt claimed to have found the Ark, not on Mount Nebo, but in a different cave system near Golgotha in Jerusalem. However, despite his detailed stories, no verifiable evidence, peer-reviewed data, or authenticated photographs have ever surfaced, leaving his claims firmly in the realm of speculation. Yet the core idea of a hidden artifact in this region isn't entirely without precedent. The sensational discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the 1940s proved that delicate manuscripts could survive for 2 millennia, perfectly preserved by the dry, stable climate of the Judean desert caves. If scrolls can survive, could a gold-plated wooden chest? The challenge is immense. The Judean desert is riddled with thousands of caves, many inaccessible or yet to be mapped. Modern archaeological surveys are slow, expensive, and often restricted. Without a more specific map or a divine revelation as prophesied, the Ark of the Covenant, if it is here, could remain waiting in the dust of the Dead Sea, hidden in plain sight. So, we arrive at the ultimate question. After centuries of searching, after countless theories and dead ends, we must ask, does it even matter if the Ark of the Covenant is found? Is it a tangible golden relic waiting in a dusty chamber? Or has it long since returned to the earth, its legend far outlasting its physical form? For many, the enduring mystery is precisely where its true power lies, a power that has captivated humanity for millennia, existing at the volatile intersection of faith, history, and archaeology. Make no mistake, if the Ark were verifiably discovered today, the geopolitical shockwave would be instantaneous and seismic. Imagine the headlines. The nation where it's found would instantly become the center of the world's attention. Claims of ownership would erupt. Would it belong to the modern state of Israel as a national treasure? To Ethiopia, which has guarded its claim for centuries? Or to the global community of faiths that hold it sacred? The political and diplomatic fallout would reshape alliances and could easily ignite conflicts that have simmered for generations. And then, there's the scientific verification. Any potential discovery would be subjected to the most intense scrutiny imaginable. Carbon dating, material analysis, scriptural consistency checks. What if the results were ambiguous? Or worse, what if they were definitive but contested by nations or religious groups for whom the outcome is unacceptable? The Ark's discovery could create as many questions as it answers, fueling a new era of doubt and division. But perhaps the physical object is beside the point. For millions of believers across Judaism and Christianity, the Ark is far more than a chest of acacia wood and gold. It is the ultimate symbol of a divine covenant, a sacred promise between God and humanity. For these faithful, its spiritual reality is what matters, a truth that requires no archaeological proof. Its power is in the faith it inspires, not the history it might prove. Could any physical artifact, no matter how authentic, ever truly compare to the idea of the Ark that has been built in the hearts and minds of believers for 3,000 years. Which brings us back to you. If you held the map, if you had the coordinates to its final resting place, would you expose it to the world? Or are some mysteries so powerful, so foundational, that they are better left to the realms of faith and history? Let me know your theory in the comments. Is it in Ethiopia, hidden beneath Jerusalem, or somewhere we haven't even thought to look yet? Hit that subscribe button for more journeys into ancient mysteries. I'll see you in the next one.